I'm Jin. I am Singaporean and I am currently working as a teaching assistant at NAFA. So I was studying optometry in Singapore Poly, and then I decided to pursue arts. I think all along in my life, it's something that I wanted to do. Yeah, so after that, after I finished my diploma in optometry, I came over to NAFA to pursue fine art. I'm interested in things, to put it very simply. I'm very curious as to why things are important to us. I think as a kid, I always collected things and I was always hoarding things and I never threw things away because they were all important and they all were precious. But I think my entire life I'm really trying to figure out why and why that is the case. So my practice revolves a lot around objects, and I collect objects and I look at things and I try to figure out what these things mean. And so my entire practice is trying to unwind why I feel that way and why they are important to people like me and other people who collect things. Well, I mean, for my current project, it's been a very strange time collecting things from people. And so every time people want to throw away things, I'm like, no, like, why do you want to throw this away? You know, or like, oh, you don't want it anymore? Can you give it to me? I guess in the basal meaning would probably mean that the concept has to be strong. That, I mean, of course, a lot of things get touted as conceptual art nowadays, but I think for me personally, conceptual art has to come from a place of deep thinking and really feeling for the concept that you're going after. So there's this quote by John Baldessari that I really, really like. So he talks about how great art is clear thinking about mixed feelings. And I think that is the crux of what conceptual art is, that you are able to think clearly and articulate clearly the feelings you have about a concept. Yeah, so that for me is very important. For me right now, I'm writing an essay. So I think alongside this entire project, I have to produce a piece of writing. And writing has always been a great way for me to articulate what it is that I feel and do research on the topic that I'm interested in. So a lot of what I discovered in my writing is about how objects travel through time. And as they travel through time, they pick up on things and they pick up the aura of people, they pick up on the presence of whoever they've been around or whatever they've been around. And I think for me, it's about understanding, for people to understand why it's so hard to let go of certain things. That sometimes the object represents something that has already been lost, or sometimes the object represents something at a juncture in life, like a specific juncture in life. And what does that mean for us as people? You know, why is it so hard for us to let go of, let's say, my grandfather's watch, or to let go of something that my mother passed on to me? That the things we keep are very much also who we are as people. My artwork started off with the main question of how does an object encompass memory? How does an object embody human experience? And so for a very long time, because my previous project was about collecting objects as well, and I realized that I was very drawn to the objects that had a lot of significance, a lot of time, and I was trying to understand why. So I said, okay, it must be the memory, right? It must be the memory that the object has been through. And so for 6 months, I was like bantering myself, okay, how do I show memory in object? How? And I was arguing with myself for 6 months, and then I realized that there's no way lah. So what I did was that since I cannot show how much memory and how much time an object has been through, is there a way to replicate that? Can I replicate an object? Can I take an object and try to make something special out of it? And so what I'm doing is that I have decided that since I cannot show how much an object has been through, what I can do is to show you an exact moment and an exact space and time the object has been in. And so my project, basically what I do is that I take and the object that I collected from people and I vacuum form them. Yeah. So the vacuum form of the object itself is not the object, but it has the shape of the object. It is a space that the object has inhabited, but it's not the object itself. Yeah. And so that's why my project is called Something Like You, because it's something like the person who has owned the object, but it is not really there. Yeah, it's like an exact space and an exact time that an object has been encapsulated. When I came to this exhibition, because the entire organization is called Sculpture Society, but I don't see myself as a sculptor. So that is what is very interesting about this whole thing. I work with objects. Objects just so happen to be 3D, and 3D happens to be sculpture. So I think it was very strange when I was approached at first. But I was very, very heartened by the fact that I think sculpture now is changing and is moving towards the direction where it can be more conceptual rather than purist. I think to be considered a sculptor, you had to have a wide set of skills. But in this day and age, like younger artists like myself, we have the privilege of doing sculptural works without going through all those steps.